Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben.
Yo. It's me.
The arbiter of content this time.
Yeah, let's go. I hope some of it was good.
Some of it was good.
That's good. That's a win. The list was filled with a lot more garbage previously. I called. This list was long, and some of it was I think good, but it didn't get continued, so it felt kind of pointless to do. And there was the thing on there previously that was just like the most disgusting piece of animated content I've ever seen in my fucking life, and it was so cursed. And then I was like, what if we didn't though?
What was that?
That was 12 Forever, like some random episode.
Oh, weird. I don't even remember that on the list.
Yeah. That was one I think I checked it out around the same time. I want to say it was from the same place. You know what? We should lead with the cartoon list that we're talking about.
Sure.
So I had Hank check out 4. They were actually Netflix cartoons, or not all Netflix. Infinity Train is not, but I saw them on Netflix mostly.
Sure.
We did DC Superhero Girls. Did you just do the first 4 episodes?
I did the first 3.
Okay.
That's the one I liked the least.
Yeah.
Say.
I mean, I knew it was a risk because those, you got portrayals of those characters. Infinity Train, I just had episode 1 through whatever.
Yeah, I did 2. I did 2 episodes.
Okay. Kipo and the Age of the Wonderbeasts, I had episodes 1 and 2. And then the Owl House, also episodes 1 and 2.
Yep. Watched all that.
Nice. Yeah, there was other stuff on here. Cause
I remember Dragon Prince or whatever.
Yeah, Dragon Prince was on here, and then I'm like, this isn't. Hank would make it. It would have been interesting to have you watch it to see like how many minutes you make it in. Maybe a minute. It would have been interesting because you would have been fucking immediately turned off by the CGI, and it's like, and especially in the early episodes, like it's bad, and the frame rate is kind of bad, like it's wonky.
Oh my god!
Like there's like a fucking acclimation period even when I went back and watched it. And like I was like, Hank can't watch this. I can't present this to Hank. Even though it's like some parts of it get pretty good, but not that good. Not good enough to fucking bother. Glitch text.
If your frame rate, if your show looks worse than Reboot and Beast Wars, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, they do get better. It gets better as it goes on, but like the stuff you would have been watching was like garbage. Visually.
That's the thing of like that some of these CGI shows. I'm like, I was watching like the first CGI cartoons that existed, and why did I think they just looked better? Than this fucking horse shit.
Yeah, dude, it's like,
and those were like 3 polygons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that was I forget what we watched, but I scrapped that. I was like, we can't possibly. And then Glitch Text was on there, which is a Netflix show. I thought that one was really good. It's about like video games basically, and then like I forget the exact premise. I kind of left my brain because that was one that I thought was very solid, but I don't think it got renewed. So
gotcha.
It's just kind of a good thing that had laid some interesting groundwork, and then it fizzled as far as maybe that's incorrect. Maybe they did end up doing more, but not that I knew of. I think, did I have more on? You know what? I can check the old doc. No, I had called the old doc already. But yeah, so we just did these 4.
Yeah.
Do you have a place you want to start?
Not really. I mean, I started with DC Superhero Girls.
Well, we can start with that since it's your least favorite.
I definitely watched Owl House first, but I watched that a while. I watched episode 1 of that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Didn't watch episode 2 till recently. Yeah, DC Superhero Girls. It's just that I don't find it funny.
Sure.
Like, it's a comedy show, and its style of humor, its energy,
yes,
doesn't work for me. Like, I had, say, it's a Lauren Faust show. I had the same problem with her My Little Pony, but just like not for me in terms of energy. And I have the same problem with Teen Titans Go, which is like the second Teen Titans cartoon that has like the same voice cast as the older show that I love.
Yeah.
But it's much sillier. And as a show, it like just doesn't work for me mostly. Although I like the movie, 2 of the movies, okay? There's like they made a theatrical, and then there's a crossover with the older Teen Titans team.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that was like the good thing.
Yeah. Cuz it had more of like a serious plot to it.
Yeah.
And there are just some good jokes actually in the movie in particular. Although every time they do a song, it's fucking terrible. They have Robin rapping, and it's not good.
No.
It's not good.
Oof. Yeah.
But just that like hyperactive comedy, I think just makes me feel old, and like I turn into a skeleton. That's like what like watching DC Superhero Girls. I'm just like turning into a skeleton. I'm like, this is not like I don't fucking hate this. It's not like bad, but just I don't like it, and I would rather watch like anything else.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
Like their version of Batgirl is just like not appealing to me. Oh, and then like fucking Harley Quinn showed up, and Tara Strong's doing her Harley Quinn at like fucking.
Dude, it's not good,
and I can't with that performance.
Is definitely.
And I like Tara Strong. She has done plenty of things that I fucking love, but when she plays that high, I don't know,
squeaky annoying,
I guess. But I basically got introduced to her on Powerpuff Girls playing Bubbles, which is basically that, but that works. That's good in a way that later stuff,
sure,
where she's doing her fucking baby voice, I'm just like, can we not?
Yeah, no, that's not my. I mean, I'm a known picky guy about Harley Quinn voice. Easily annoyed. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the voice, but like, and even like I guess like I wouldn't say I'm like super into the humor or anything, but like the concept of the show is doing a lot of work for me, I guess. Got that fish out of water, and then just the idea of like, I don't know, it's well, no, it's not. I was gonna say it's like Batman and Harvey Dent, but it's not like that at all. Just the idea of like two people being friends, but like their alter egos are enemies. I find that interesting about that particular dynamic, but I'm really like I kind of don't care about Harley Quinn in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I like their Supergirl design and like approach to that character. I think that was my favorite one.
I mean, I didn't, because I don't really think I knew about Zatara. I knew Green Lantern, but like not that Green Lantern.
Yeah, I don't even know if is that like an original Green Lantern? I'm not even sure.
Is that Jessica Cruz?
I guess just. I mean, like there might be a character in comics that has the same name as that character, but it's basically a new character.
Her
right?
first appearance takes place in Justice League Volume 2, number 31 from 2014, which is also her first cover appearance.
Sure.
Her first cinematic debut.
I was not reading Green Lantern by that point, I think.
And then she had like cameos before that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also looked at what the animation style was for the DC superheroes like shorts that they did before this show.
Mm-hmm.
Those looked really ugly. It's like,
yeah, I
it's just
haven't.
like I don't really like the art style in the show either, but it's way better than those older shorts.
I've only checked a couple of them out, and yeah, it's something. It's like it going from the like because it's been a hot minute since I've watched the show, but like it's fucking jarring going to the like I checked out a short randomly. It's jarring.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah. It's like a different thing. It just happens to have the same name, really.
Yeah. But it's it's whatever.
Yeah, it's just like it's high energy and I can't deal.
Oh yeah, you're old.
Uh-huh. I'm old. This isn't a thing I grew up with. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. What show did
And
you
like
watch?
it's just like it's just very tropey. Like the characters are all like they've taken
Oh, yeah.
like heightened character archetypes and like fit them onto these characters.
Yeah.
And like that can be fine, but
in the
it just
show
wasn't
for babies.
interesting. Yeah, it's for little kids. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like watching. I'm like, why am I watching this?
Yeah. I don't like. Yeah. I don't know why I watched it. I guess like the fish out of water trope was just doing. It was doing. Its back was hurting. It was carrying. I guess.
I guess. I didn't even feel that fish out of watery. It was like kind of.
It's like consistent enough. It's just that underlying presence. It's kind of like Animorphs. We're not always focusing on how Axe doesn't fucking know how to do Earth, but like it's there. It's just it's a consistent presence. Also, they do some because they're doing like the villains and heroes interacting like in their everyday life. Like there's some good stuff with they set up Jessica Cruz and whatever the hell Poison Ivy's name is in this. I assume it's the same, but
I didn't really get to any villain stuff.
Yeah, that's all. Like this is just like the setup for the assembly.
Like the bad guy is fucking Wonder Woman's mom.
It gets to it's Lex Luthor eventually.
Oh right. Oh no. That was right. That was the thing. I turned on since I had the context of Teen Titans Go. I like also put on the CGC Superhero Girls Teen Titans Go crossover movie.
Oh, okay.
For like
I've not
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I never saw them interact. It was like there was like an opening with the Teen Titans Go characters in that show's animation style, and then it switched to DC Superhero Girls, and I just got too fucking bored to like stick around and see when those two things met.
Yeah.
Like it didn't get to the point of them like mixing together. It just felt like two completely separate things next to each other. It was weird.
That's kind of funny.
But like Lex Luthor was like kidnapping people.
Gotcha.
DC Superhero Girls Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
So I did see him.
Okay.
And like a bunch of the villains at the like Legion of Doom style headquarters.
Sure.
But none of those versions of those villains were interesting, so.
Yeah. I mean like the thing that's
primarily it's a comedic show and its style of humor I just don't find it funny
for people who are like 100 years younger than you.
Yeah.
But the villain thing that sticks out is like Jessica Cruz and Poison Ivy teaming up, unbeknownst, right? They're not in their costumes or anything, but like they're at like an environmental protest or whatever. So they're like doing that, and then it becomes like classic Poison Ivy shit. And like dealing with that, like that, I find that stuff sort of interesting. But like, yeah, it's not. There's nothing there that's enough of a pull to like get past the other shit.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It's not fucking world class writing or anything.
Yeah,
it's not animated.
Yeah,
series,
it's not like I don't think it's fucking the show's bad. I just like this is not for me.
Yeah. What'd you watch next?
Well, I guess Owl House is the one I watched first.
Okay. Yeah, we can rotate to that.
Which also kind of felt not for me, although I do just think it's better. Like, I do like it more. But this one, like, it just felt... This one I have much harder time like talking about my feelings about it, because like it just kind of didn't hit, even though I think it's pretty cool. Okay. There's like there are reasons to like it, but it did not connect.
Yeah,
so that's like hard to get into, I guess.
Yeah, no,
and I didn't like. I feel like I didn't watch enough of it to get to any of the other kids that are like in the intro.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like those first 2 episodes, as I recall, are like the setup for the series or whatever. Like she finds this world and wants to learn to be a witch, and like
she finds the one. Then the second episode is her getting scammed, basically.
Yeah.
And do a fake quest.
Yeah, and it builds. I would say it's one of those things where, like, generally speaking, it gets better and better and better. This is one of those that ended up getting fucked, where their 3rd season is actually just like, is it just movies? Yeah, they had three very long episodes because they got canceled, but they got the opportunity to like close the series out at least. Which fucking one of those episodes, or maybe a couple of them, like it was kind of nice because like you got the closure, but also they were hitting so many points so quickly just to like, here's what we would have done, or like this would have been like 3 episode thing, but now it's a montage or whatever.
Sure.
But I'd say generally it gets better and better as the world opens up. You get the character interactions. There's a lot of hangout time is a thing that you wouldn't have gotten in these episodes.
There was no hangout time in what I watched.
Yeah.
There was no one really to hang out with.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
And like the comedy around like King being a jerk is like not.
Yeah, that
doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, that's like an early thing that kind of dies. Like they at some point it just, I don't even know if they reference it, but it gets kind of left by the wayside. I forget if it's even like a plot of an episode where like he gets better for some reason, or if it's just like, this kind of sucks, like we could just stop doing it. No one would care.
Yeah. And it's like, I think a thing with like all these shows, because these are all shows with like main characters who are young girls, right? Is like, these are all characters that are like mostly defined by like their youthful enthusiasm for stuff, and then the world's kind of like smacking them down.
Yeah.
And that, it's like the balance just does, I don't know, the balance I don't like of the like world that sucks versus their like not feeling like a full character, them feeling like a positive trope or whatever. I don't know.
No, I could see it.
And like, I think I'm just gonna skip to Kipo since that's the one I like the most.
Damn.
Well, just cause like you can talk more about Owl House, but I just want to like talk about some of the things that reasons I liked Kipo more was that the like other characters, we got enough other characters that we had character interactions.
Yeah, it's
with like
quick.
characters who were on the same level, right? Like Owl House, from what I watched, like Ida is not on the same. Luz says no other kid on her level, right? In those first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I necessarily saw a thing to like make a final judgment, but I did see enough to where like just that wasn't hooking me. I guess.
Yeah.
Whereas Kipo, I got a little more hooked because of character interactions. And stuff.
You get a bit of a squad pretty quick.
Yeah. And that's a thing that's really important to me in shows is like characters interacting on that level. I would say for like stuff that's like fun like hangout time stuff. I need.
Well, there needs to be people to hang
squad.
out with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and even like DC Superhero Girls, like they were all together, but they didn't feel like a squad.
Well,
they felt like they were, and like maybe they get there eventually, but they felt like they were so apart from each other because of how strong they were as tropes. Compared to something like, I don't know, like fucking original Digimon, like those kids are kind of all like tropes, but they're like softer.
Well, yeah.
And they're more just like kids who are all in this together. Like they're not as sharply defined from each other at first, so they feel like a more cohesive group. Which is a thing that like the Digimon remake, they like remade that show a couple years ago, I think. Digimon Adventure. But they made it fucking all about Tai, and it sucks. Like they fucked it up completely because they didn't get that group dynamic correct.
Yeah. No, I'm looking because how long has it fucking been since I've put these on the dock as like a to-do?
Oh, a long ass time. It's been
huge. I think had I thought a little bit more and revisited them, at least for DC Superhero Girls, I don't know, and it wouldn't have mattered. Infinity Train, I don't know. Kipo wouldn't have mattered, but Owl House, I would maybe have added like 1 episode, because episode 3 is when she meets people apparently. Like that's when you get your squad. So, but when I put these down in the dock, like I think that was before we had watched fucking so many things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think the thing for me that I like came to the concept clearly of like hangout time was Bubblegum Crisis. And this was like certainly on the dock before that. So it's a little my bad, but what can you do?
But also, like, for me, it's always weird, right? Because, like, actual slice of life, I don't like. Like, I actually need a mix of, like, for me, like, the perfect thing is a mix of slice of life and action. Like, so it can be a little hard for, like, a thing to actually find that balance in a way that would satisfy me.
Yeah.
I think. I don't think I'm like an easy audience member on this front.
Yeah. I would say if there's any
Like
amount
I
of-
want hangout time with Goku because I've spent a lot of time with Goku.
yeah.
Like I've seen him do all the fighting. Like I know he's tough.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna get down to business.
I mean, I could say like, unlike DC superhero girls, right? Like that's a tap out. I would say to watch like another episode or two of Owl House, maybe.
Yeah.
Just to see how the hangout stuff feels, or how it feels with our squad.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to watching more Owl House, but as opposed to like where I would say like Kipo, I'm like ready to watch more, right?
Hell yeah.
Like I that one I really liked.
Like me and you mentioned a friend who had also been like saying you would like it.
Yeah, I have a friend who liked it, whose taste lines up with my taste.
Yeah. I was confident on that one.
Yeah.
More so than the others.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the thing that I fucking love about that one is also that it was like it was like a fully realized thing. Like they got confirmed for their 3 seasons. They were working around making it 3 seasons. So like none of it feels rushed. None of it feels fucking off. They made the show they wanted to make and then they were done with it. Which is
Sure.
Oh my god. Like fucking impossible with Netflix it sometimes. My mom has been getting bit by that one so often. She was
that's funny.
She's been watching so many shows that end up not like they're canceled or not renewed or whatever. And she went out of her way to like Google one that she wanted to check out because she's like, I'm gonna check first. She phrased it in the wrong way and she asked like how many seasons there are. And so it gave her the accurate number. Like there's 1 season. She's like, oh, sick. But there's another one coming. So she was like losing her mind.
This is why you only watch old things.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have
on
that
DVD.
problem. Yeah,
Watch them.
I've been watching. I mean, even with reading stuff, like when you read something from fucking 84, like
yeah,
you at least know if it's not finished, you know.
Or like the status of it not being finished is maybe different than the fact that like Goku is gonna have more adventures.
Yeah. Or like when I went back and watched Firefly after the fact, like knowing that a portion of that whole thing is that it was canceled. Like you're not getting fucking whatever from it. Yeah, Kipo is great.
Yeah. And it did all the things. Like it set up the world. It did like lore building. It set up all bunch of characters, then it added some more characters, it set up villains, like stuff happened. It was just kind of like it was entertaining. It was a good time all around.
Were they hungry in those episodes?
Yes, there was food and eating.
I told you those kids are hungry sometimes.
Yeah, man.
Like they gotta find food.
Wolf, like you just immediately her next thing is like, all right, we gotta find our next meal immediately. Like,
yeah,
yes.
Dude.
I wonder which show I like the most.
Yeah, dude. There was no. If you liked one more than Kipo, I would have been surprised. Like, very surprised. Because like when I was watching, I'm like this. Like, I feel like Hank would like this shit. Like these kids are being hungry.
Yeah.
I just fucking saw an episode title of Kipo that I now understand the reference. I didn't realize how many of these are like fucking references. I guess because I was just watching, I didn't look at the fucking episode titles. Mulholland, Twin Beaks. Paw of the Jaguar.
Beyond the Valley of the Dogs.
Like I didn't get that at all. That's very
funny.
So good. But yeah, if you want to do that up, that would be cool, or at least check out more of it.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I would be first to check out more of, really.
I would.
Although I might watch one more of Owl House if there are, just so I have a better idea.
Yeah. Because let me see. Yeah, episode 3 is like meeting other kids. 4 is like a little more specific building with some characters, and then like 5 is another kid setup, but also like fully establishing shit. And then after that, you're sort of, I mean, it's whatever. it's stuff, but like it goes back and forth, right? I'll say it's a good mix. I think like later on, like you meet the kids, but they're not like a fucking squad right away. So like you'll have episodes where it's like the kids might not be in it as much, but then that like also fades. I would say fades kind of
like
quickly, but
yeah. Look, Kipo or Infinity Train and Owl House both have the problem of being stories about kids who are basically running away from home when they're supposed to go to camp, but they're not hungry. It's not about them being hungry.
yeah.
You know? There's simple things that make characters feel like human beings to me and not character tropes. And it's about being hungry. It's what it is to be human.
Yeah. No, Infinity Train is a weird one.
Infinity Train I liked also. It didn't like super grab me, but I don't.
That is.
I didn't feel weird about it the way I kind of felt with Owl House, I guess.
Yeah.
Like this is just solid. Like it's not completely my thing, but this is good. I could just watch more of this.
Yeah, and it's I'll say Infinity Train is not like, we're not here for hangout time. That's not what we're doing.
The weird, like the ends of episodes do the thing of like being weirdly cut off, where they just fucking end.
Oh yeah.
And I assume it's like a streaming thing of like trying to get you to watch the next one.
Yeah, presumably. And these were on, HBO Max. Well, for Cartoon Network and HBO Max. So the thing that I first saw of this was like before it became an actual thing. It was does it even give the? It doesn't give the. I forget the title of it, but basically, the pilot episode was like on the YouTube channel, I want to say, for Cartoon Network, where they had like basically pilots, and I assume just on YouTube gauging interest in them, right? So I saw the pilot there, and that's actually where I also saw the pilot for 12 Forever, the show with the super disgusting thing. And both got like picked up, but 12 Forever got fucking abandoned, which I think is correct. That was a whiff even for me. And then this got picked up, and then I think I would say it got like its full thing. I don't know if they were like planning on doing more, or if it got like cut off short or whatever, but I mean, they got a lot, you know. They got their 3 years, 4 seasons, that stuff.
Well, apparently in 2023, it was removed from digital purchasing.
Oh, shit.
So, I don't know if there's actually legal ways to acquire that show currently. I wonder.
Dennis suggested that HBO Max might be concerned that the series' stories and themes were too dark and unappealing for children. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a kid show. Like, it's kind of fucked up. Jesus. Yeah, 2022. Okay, well, there's stuff.
Okay,
It's
sure. Sure.
There is, it's not a show with hangout time. It's a show with, like, we're doing character-driven stuff, and it gets, especially, like, the later seasons, like, shit gets fucking grim. Not in a bad way, I think, but, like...
I mean, it is starring Ellie from The Last of Us. So.
Yeah, it's destiny.
Although, I'd forgotten that she played Ellie. I recognized her because she plays a major character on Teen Titans.
Oh.
Because that's where my head's at.
Yeah.
She plays Tara.
Nice. Yeah, and it's also... It's a thing that I sometimes don't like, but I think here was done. I mean, I watched it, I enjoyed it, so it was done well enough. But the seasons don't follow the same character. So like the train
so
is
it's
like
just her for season 1.
Yeah, you're following, like, it's the train and then like that sort of thing. And kind of building that world, but then like all of the seasons are connected. Like, it's not like, oh, we have this character's story on the train and then we have this character's story on the train.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say on paper that's less appealing to me.
yes.
But you know,
when
you can do it well.
When I started up the second season and it's someone else, I'm like, oh. Am I out?
New characters.
Dude, new characters? The worst. But it was done well because, like, I can't remember if it's for every season, but certainly between season 1 and 2, the main character is like an established character that you are spending time with in season 1. So they're not asking you to like recommit. They're asking you to like extend on this other person who's important.
Is there a season about Randall, the slime monster played by Rhys Darby?
No, I guess. Do they even have?
It says he's a recurring character for the first 2 seasons. He looks like he's not in book 4 on this.
Yeah, he's only
chart.
I guess, yeah.
He's recurring in books 1 and 2 and a guest in book 3. And
yeah.
It's just, again, another funny, like, recognizing the voice actor thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That was also a thing with Owl House is Edda's voice actress. I don't even remember what fucking live action sitcom shit I remember her from, but like I could only like see her as the real life human she was, and not like disappear into the character she was playing. It was kind of distracting for me.
Sure. She was what did I know her from? She's been in so fucking much. I know. Yeah, she's a BoJack Horseman's mom. That's where I recognize the voice from.
Oh, okay.
But like, I assume I've seen her in plenty of other shit, you know? Like, she has a very long list of things she's been in, so I'm sure. But like, I'll be real, I fucking love her. Like, she does such an incredible job in Owl House. Like, that fucking character is her. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just one of those things, like, you probably, over time, this character, would be more likable to me, but what they're doing with her here, she's so aloof, that I'm a little disconnected from it.
Yeah, and that's
it's like trying to be it's a little too cute and being like and like not committing. Like the main character is so earnest that the other characters are trying to be like aloof in like contrast.
yeah.
I don't know. It hadn't settled in yet.
Yeah. I think I would say of these, Owl House is the one that has like the most ramp up. But like,
Sure.
I'm trying to think.
I mean that makes sense.
It's been so long since I've seen Kipo. I think like the moments in Owl House ultimately hit harder for me than in Kipo. I guess I would say. But I think Kipo, I mean, because Kipo was like a completed thing and just like maybe slightly more consistent, like I would still put a little over. But like, for example, Infinity Train, like that just kind of goes. I couldn't say with confidence that Infinity Train gets better necessarily.
I think Infinity Train and Kipo were the most like coming in with the show fully formed. Like the show is the show it is at the start.
Owl House definitely. Did you watch any? Did you do Gravity Falls?
No, I never watched Gravity Falls.
Okay. Like same shit, right? It's the same. Like the theme song is nearly identical, and there's a lot of creator overlap. Because Dana Terrace, she's the creator of Owl House. She did storyboard stuff on Gravity Falls.
Okay.
And then the guy who created Gravity Falls does the voice. I think he's Hootie. Like they just Oh, he's King and Hootie. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of overlap. I was just asking because like it kind of does the thing, and I think it does it well. We've talked about it a bit with like Delicious in Dungeon and animes that have a bit like they have their thing of Luce wanting to become a witch and all of that, and they're doing like we got a lot of hangout, we got a lot of kind of episodic stuff, and then like this background thread that they're weaving a little bit at a certain point we kind of flip and like we're focusing on plot stuff, right? Like to our big build up at nearing the end of the series or whatever.
Yeah. These shows all exist in the wake of Adventure Time existing.
Yeah. I think it's good.
And Steven Universe.
I'll say I don't think. I mean, again, hard to say because of the cancellation stuff, but like, I don't know that it tops Delicious in Dungeon for me, but that was just like a fucking perfectly executed
Delicious
thing.
in Dungeon is a perfect series. Like, I'm not expecting fucking literally anything to compete with that.
I know, but this was also like, I would say at a point it was like a standard.
Sure.
Also,
the thing that I'm holding off on specifically because Delicious in Dungeon was so good is checking out Fearin'.
Oh, yeah, me and Fearin' have beef. Look, you can't rotate to political intrigue and then introduce 8 characters and expect me to be okay with it. You just can't.
God, I just think about that bit in Delicious in Dungeon where he's like
too many.
It's too many characters. I have to simplify this. Because he's like perfect. He has to tell the story to somebody else.
Yeah, dude, it's so perfect. I was like, this is like the most me-coded thing of all time. But yeah, the thing. I mean, the other poll that I had. Actually, the reason I checked out Owl House was actually like, I wouldn't say it's not a late spoiler, but like, and I'm not going to spoil it, obviously. But there's a scene, and the entire creative staff just referred to it's a show where you can definitely sometimes see like, oh, they put like the majority of their budget into this episode, or like this scene in this episode, or whatever. And there was one of those that everybody on the staff just collectively referred to as that big gay thing. and it's great. Yeah. And I was like, I guess I'm watching this.
Sure. Funny thing about like creator connection stuff that I did notice.
Oh yeah.
Was on Kipo. Mm-hmm. Chuck Austin worked on that show, and Chuck Austin is like he wrote I first knew him from writing comics and writing some of like the worst X-Men comics that ever existed, like just like heinous shit. But then he worked on Steven Universe, and it was like, all right, everyone's decided we forgive Chuck Austin for his terrible X-Men comics. So he worked on Steven Universe now, and then he worked on She-Ra.
Oh,
and he also worked on Kipo.
Oh, fuck yeah, She-Ra. You know, I think She-Ra might have been on that list as well.
Yeah, but I've watched She-Ra.
Yeah.
I watched the first episodes, and then
didn't that same friend also say you bailed right before, like you shouldn't have, or something? I thought someone told you bailed early. Who wasn't me?
No.
Okay.
Because I know why I bailed specifically because they were slow rolling me, giving me more She-Ra and Catra. Like their character dynamics was the only thing in that show I cared about. Like I really didn't like any of the other characters as part of the problem.
Yeah, no, there's
I just liked their dynamic, and I just didn't have the patience for them to like string me along on it.
Yeah. I'm fucking
well, and I didn't know that they were gonna like actually get them together at the end. Like I found that out. When I found that out, I was like, oh, thank God, that was the thing. That was like that's clearly the thing the show needed to be about.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got there, but I don't know that I have the patience to put up with like 40 episodes to get there or whatever.
It wasn't 40. Do you remember how many episodes you did? I'm so curious as to like how close you were. Trying to think like when so fucking difficult because I don't want to read all these. I don't know. It's somewhere. But yeah, no, I mean that's an understandable thing.
Because that's one where, like, if you gave me hangout time with the heroes, that would do nothing for me. I don't care about anyone else.
Dude, 100%. Like, I almost bailed. I forget how long I gave it, but, like, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then we're focusing on princesses for, like, 8 episodes, and I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. And then we got like the first big like Katra Adora moment. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm watching. Like I just barely made it there, and then I was like, well, can't just not at that point. But yeah, there is a lot of like there's not nearly enough of it still. There needed to be more. But, you know.
Yeah, I just need Catcher to not be the bad guy. Like,
I mean, I don't mind her being the bad guy, but like, they didn't need to slow roll her stuff as much as they did. Because it's literally until like, I mean, since you get them together at the end. And you know that she's a bad guy. You know at some point she's like kind of flipping a little, right?
Sure.
That flip is like at the end. Like
yeah.
There's a bunch of gray moments. There's like you can see that she's not like the rest of them, right? But like my God. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, no. It's a thing of like I want her to be the good guy and then I want the hangout time with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having them get together at the end is not what I want. I want them together like at the beginning, and then they go on adventures together.
We could have had fish out of water, but it's Contra learning how to be good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Son of a bitch.
Like, that was just like an example of like, no, these characters are so fucking obviously should be together that like you're fucking like stringing along this having them not be together is horseshit.
Yeah. No, there's some other. I mean, there's some other things I think might have also like just been a whiff for you later on. Like,
yeah, the fact that I really didn't care about any other character was a problem. That was really the reason I stopped watching.
There was
I would say
a main point, I guess, like fucking. I assume you don't care about spoilers.
No.
Okay, well, spoilers for Princess She-Ra, Princesses of Power, for anyone who might care. One of the princesses, don't know if you met her. She's like very tech focused. She's like the science archetype, engineering, intelligence, all that shit. She ends up like becoming a bad guy more or less because her thing is that like she's so focused on like whether or not she can do something, and she just fucking does it. And she's like actively helping the bad guys do shit. And it does get resolved in a fine way, but like we spent so much time with this person who is supposedly good, but they're just like, that's not good. That's not what a good person does. What are you doing? And it was just like I think it's been a hot minute, but like, oh, the good guys think that like she was captured and she's being like forced to do this shit, right? Because that would make sense. And she's like, no, like I'm chilling, and then leaves and goes back with the bad guys. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how are you people still okay? Like, what? And that was just a point for such a long time. It annoyed the shit out of me. It's like, you're not. That's it worked out all right, but that doesn't fucking justify. Like, someone needs to have a conversation with you after all this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. That was also like I was watching that first season when it came out, and then just never went back.
Yeah. Totally fair. So yeah, I mean, I think that's it for the shows, unless you got more about them.
I feel like there are other things I could say about Infinity Train, but I can't think of any. Like, it was okay.
Yeah, Infinity Train is I think is the most difficult because that one is just so. It's just all plot, really.
Yeah,
which is what it's designed to be, you know. But also, I listed on the doc. I see that I listed it like the episodes are 10 minutes. Are they really only 10 minutes?
11 minutes according to Wikipedia.
Okay. I just don't like. I mean, I wrote it, so I guess, but like, I just don't remember them being that short. I mean, chunky 11-minute episodes.
They do just kind of like hard cut off.
Yeah, I mean,
also,
can I see give me the thing? Are these okay? They hard cut off, but it looked like looking at the release, it's because like they released them 2 at a time. Like 2 on August.
Sure,
5th,
like if they aired on they aired on Cartoon Network, they would air 2 together, right?
Yeah.
It would be 2 in one block.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this first season. It says Cartoon Network, but like the first season doesn't make any distinction. But the second, maybe the first season was like on actual. It seems like it was on actual TV, and then after that, it says, like the first episode of season 2, or the first 2 were on.
It
October
says seasons
15th.
1 and 2 were on Cartoon Network, and then 3 and 4 premiered on HBO Max.
On the season 1 thing, it has a thing for like U.S. viewers, and then that gets replaced in season 2, and it says Cartoon Network site, and then also YouTube. So I think they moved to Well, no, and then season 3 back to U.S. viewers, millions, and then I don't know. Oh wait, there's 5. Right, there's 5 seasons. They just have. They just have one kind of in the middle there. Did I watch this documentaries thing? I'm seeing that like there's book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, but in the middle there's train documentaries. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, is just like that was just for the website. That would make more sense. Okay. I just didn't understand what I was looking at. I figured it out. Yeah, that would be why I also don't recognize what the fuck this is. It's like a website thing, or it's like YouTube Shorts or something, I guess. Okay. It all makes sense again. Never mind. Disregard everything I said. It was on TV, and then it wasn't on TV, but not like that. It's not my fault that it's listed, like, in the series overview, it just has 1 through 4, but then in the actual thing... You see?
We're letting Wikipedia dictate reality towards you rather than knowing reality and...
I didn't know reality.
Than reading Wikipedia. Well, yeah, that's your problem. You didn't know reality.
I did my research just now. I got a good head on my shoulders. I discovered the truth.
You let Wikipedia fool you into thinking there were 5 seasons.
I mean, it's not my fault that they formatted this poorly. Look, if it's a thing that's not in the series overview has the pilot, which makes sense, and then it has seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. But when you go down towards episodes, it has the pilot, and then it has season 1, and then it has this web mini documentary series in universe thing, and then it has season 2, 3, and 4. I think on a normally formatted Wikipedia page, you would have that web documentary series thing at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not my fault they formatted it like shit. Who did this?
No, it is your fault.
Who did this? I don't know how to edit Wikipedia. Hank, I need your help.
Your mistake was blindly trusting what you were reading on Wikipedia without thinking about it hard enough.
Well, I read first and then I
saying
trusted
if something doesn't make sense on Wikipedia, Wikipedia is probably wrong.
Yeah, but sometimes life doesn't make sense. I thought Rose of Versailles was taking a lot of liberties, and it turns out that's just reality. This dumb shit is just what happened.
Well,
you know?
Rose of Versailles is also taking liberties.
Well, no shit.
Oscar didn't exist.
Fuck off. I thought they were taking liberties with, like, the fucking other stuff. Get this fucking guy. Oscar did exist, okay? He's real to me.
Mm-hmm. Marie Antoinette's best friend. He's also started the French Revolution.
Yeah, that's
stormed the Bastille.
Like that's accurate. That's lore accurate. It's canon.
It's historical.
No, we're saying canon now because everything's media.
History. There's a canon to history.
Yeah, and it's like George Lucas.
Canon is written by the victors.
I mean, there's also tiers of canon, right?
Oh, sure.
No, I take it back. That's too close to, like, we're getting the conspiracy bullshit. I don't need that I don't need that. Never mind. There's one canon. There's one fucking canon.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm glad you like some of the stuff. That's all. Like, I didn't expect you to like all of it, but the fact that you got some hits. I mean, really, it's that you finally watched Kipo, because I knew that one was a lock. for like the last 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, I also kind of knew that one was going to be because I trust my friend.
Yeah.
On account of just, taste that lines up.
Oh, yeah, totally. No, I got you.
It's just...
Well, and also you weren't in the mood for, like, watching new stuff was the big thing for, like, the longest time.
Uh-huh.
So, that's whatever. I mean, it's like me reading all the shit that I've been reading. Like, sometimes the mood just strikes. Or, like, playing Magic on that nice 3-year cycle or whatever.
Yeah, fair. Yep, I was just in the mood for watching stuff.
Hell yeah.
Although, I did hit my limit with DC Superhero Girls. I couldn't do another episode.
I mean, that's fine. I'm glad it was
I tried to just have it in the background while I was playing video games, and then fucking Harley Quinn showed up, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, that was also one I was kind of tempted to, instead of just having you do like, and that's a difficult thing, right? Like for Owl House or something, like, do I show you the episode that might make you want to watch it, or do I show you the first 2 episodes or 3 or whatever, that sort of deal. DC Superhero Girls was kind of difficult because there was part of me that was like, I should have just fucking like taken the episodes I liked and had him watch these. But
probably,
yeah,
particularly with that one.
Yeah,
better.
If I knew about like the mismatched energy vibe, I definitely would have. But now I know. Now it'll be something I have in mind if I'm watching something.
Yeah. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. And I mean, we haven't really done anything like that. Like that hasn't. I think this is the first time that's really come up. Generally, I think.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been doing stuff that like I've watched a million times.
Well, yeah, that's the thing,
for so
right?
long. So, yeah,
you got to figure out the new thing to know. You got to do a new thing.
Yeah,
for like me to know when suggesting.
I've
stuff.
been our podcast picks have been incredibly safe for me.
Yeah. I mean, they've also been like,
other than like Ultra Q, the riskiest thing. That was one I hadn't watched.
I think a lot of them are like safe generally, though, ish, maybe. Because like,
I mean, I'm picking things that I love. So
yeah, but it's not like Dragon Ball is like a niche thing, Like for a lot of this stuff, it's like there's a reason why it's beloved by a fuckload of people. And then there was Ultra Q, yeah. Beloved by nobody.
That's not true. They're hardcore.
Those people are wrong. The reason to watch
You're talking about things get big.
The reason to watch that show is for the lore, so that you can lose your mind watching Shin Ultraman. That's the reason.
I mean, clearly Hideaki Anno loves Ultra Q enough to fucking hard reference all this stuff.
I still can't fucking believe it. The most flabbergasted I've ever been in my entire goddamn life. Turning on Shin Ultraman and getting hit with stuff that I had watched from Ultra Q. like literally the most I've ever lost my mind in every sense of the word.
It was so good. It was like it made it all worth it.
Yeah, me fucking screaming at my computer that he can't keep getting away with it. There's no justice. Anyway, I do actually got a
podcast. Yeah. Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Salt Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Salt Circle, youtube.com/@Salt Circle, and I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I'm not on Twitter. I am technically on the clock. Not on the clock. I'm not getting paid by the hour. But I didn't have any work to do. But I'm still technically like around. So I was like, yo, I'm stepping out for an hour.
Yeah.
And I came and did this.